Alright, well, it's Monday and here's the beach. There's people walking their dogs on it, and yeah, wow, it's got right down to a dark layer here, sand. But the surf is, well, way better. Still a little bit windy, but not too bad. And it's coming up to high tide, but the tide is still like higher than it usually would be, so definitely high tide is still around. But yeah, I mean this cliff here, yeah, that'd be probably 10 feet, I reckon. It's pretty big. But yeah, I mean, it was due for all this erosion to happen, because these sand dunes, I haven't seen them so big before. And I was like, wow, they're so big. Surely there's going to be a storm to wash most of them away, but it has. But it might look bad, but once the tide gets back to normal and it goes right down, and the wind starts blowing the sand back up, I reckon give it a month or so, should look alright. I'll keep doing updates, see the progress of it all. But I did go for a drive today to do a food review. I was trying to find a Red Rooster that was open. I had to go to 3 different places. But the damage, like inland even, is really incredible. Like so many trees down, like big trees. There's one golf course that was just totally underwater, and these massive big gum trees all like lying on their side, and yeah, it was pretty disappointing. But yeah, lots of damage, like everywhere. Trees falling on fences, and trees over roads blocked, roads flooded. It's quite insane. But yeah, you wonder how long these shells, if they're new, or if they've just been uncovered after sitting under the sand for 10-15 years. But I mean, that beach, I reckon it's still 15 to 20 meters away from the fence lines of those houses. So yeah, they did do a lot of dumping of sand and creating sand banks out there probably 5 or 6 years ago, so I reckon that has helped quite a lot too. Look at these. These are those things that people pay $10 for in the shops to use as a bath sponge. Now they're just everywhere. There's thousands of them everywhere. I can see here's a rip here. The water's flowing down there, and I can see it flowing out that way. So there'll still be some strong rips. And the water, there's been lots of rain. I've had 400 mils of rain in my rain gauge, and all the canals and lakes are flooded and really overflowing, so the water's, a bit murky. But it'll be interesting to see later on, with all this erosion, how much it'll change, like the surfing banks out there. It'll be interesting. But the water has quite a nice temperature. Yeah, it just looks messy. One thing you do notice is like there's no fish or anything washed up, or like rubbish, plastic bottles or anything. There's lots of seaweed and sponges and debris, but it's not too bad. Here's a whole thing of blue bottles. It's like tons of them, all entwined. They sting you with a blue thing. It hurts, but not too bad. Unless you're a kid, then it's the worst thing in the world. But that's the beach today. Not too bad. It's a bit messy, but once the tide goes out and everything, and it gets back to normal, then the sand will dry out and it'll cover up all this mess when the wind blows it back, and it shouldn't be too bad, I reckon. But we'll keep an eye on it and see how it goes. Well, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time for my next update. See you then.